Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Tranquility's End. Playing on the southern side as the Orks, we've got Master Yoba. On the northern side as the Necrons, we've got Bloody Monster. Bloody Monster will be opening up with a fistful of Billow Scarabs, a couple of Necron Warriors, and a duo of Plasma Generators. And Master Yoba is going to go for a couple of Slugger Boys, a Grot Squad, as well as a Generator and a Boys Hut. So I must say, both of these players very highly regarded and also very highly skilled in the Dawn of War Soulstorm vanilla department. So I'm expecting some high-level players and some good back and forth from both of these players here. Now, this matchup, I do believe probably Orks are a bit favoured in the early game. I think that Shooter Boys, especially when they get those big shooters out, will definitely be able to take on the Necron Warriors. Unless, of course, the Necron Lord and some Flayed Ones are able to do some shenanigans around in their backlines. Sometimes you will see the Necron players on a map like this especially, will come down and put a cheeky ghost turret down over on this side just to deny the listening post on this strategic point here. But I don't think we will, mainly because the Big Mech will inevitably come out, as is just the basic standard for all Ork opening build orders. And the Big Mech is quite good at smashing up turrets. So I'll be seeing that, and might not actually be seeing any kind of... are we going to see some quick decapping? No, I don't think so. Unless these Slugger Boys might come over and start trying to harass this point. You always see this point being harassed first and foremost, mainly because there's lots of, well, there's not much negative cover going on over here. Whereas over here, it's a little bit more tight-knit, and you're more likely to stand in the river, which isn't ideal for either the attacker nor the defender. I've seen the first squad of Necron Warriors out, and the Billow Scarabs will be focusing on their fairest and farthest, rather than their nearest and dearest. As, like I said, they're going to defend it. Slugger Boys are making their move over, will beat the Billow Scarabs to it, so the Billow Scarabs are going to think about it and decide, no, I'm not going to bother. I've got some words on here. What does that mean? I'm not reading that, because I can't read it. I can't read sideways. I can barely read from the standard point, but I'm sure you guys can. There's the Shooter Boys, and the Billow Scarabs won't be able to do anything against them. Is the Big Mech knocking around? Yeah, he's going to be coming over. Attempt to stand that, and there we go. Get a decap in there. Just nick of time before these Grots come over. Again, while the Grots are over, may as well get some stabbers in there as well. They might do next to 0 damage, but any kind of damage is good damage from the Necron Warriors, scaring away the Shooter Boys, but the Big Mech will join them, and his pistol is pretty decent in range combat, so no need to send him sprawling into close combat there, although a Ghost Turret will be placed upon the back lines. I will scupper the Ork offensive if they are able to get it up. I do absolutely love how the Grots are getting involved. Don't normally see it. Always appreciate it when it does happen. The Necron Lord going toe-to-toe with the Big Mech. Not sure who wins the straight 1v1 against this. I do believe it's the Big Mech. It will teleport away, leaving these Grots to keep these guys tied up, while the Shooter Boys attempt to finish off the Billow Scarabs. Another decap in there. Wonderful attention to detail, although that does delay the Ghost Turret somewhat. Not sure what would have been more beneficial for the Necrons. Probably actually getting that decap in there. Last thing you want is a listing post built up. Another thing for the Necrons to have to fight. Considering as well that a tier 1 listing post for the Orks does have some shooty bits on it, as opposed to every other faction, which does not. Second squad of Necrons coming down from the northern side. Do like how the Necrons are also getting back up as well. Just when you think you've got them killed, come back for another go. Might be an idea to get some flamers on these sluggers, at least just one, just to break them around. But then again, there's unnecessary econ spending there. Depends on how hard you really want to go. They've at least delayed this for now. Grots now going to maneuver around on other sides. I wonder what you're going to do. Can't exactly build up any turrets, as the Orks have no access to turrets. Early game economy is 98 and 10, compared to 30% and 70. So good economies for both teams at the moment. Summoning Core about to finish. Potential for tier 2 on the way as well. They've got a good amount of Necron Warriors, so they can fight whatever the Orks throw at them. Are we seeing much in the way of... you're one War Banner away from getting your pile of guns. And there we go, the third War Banner there. Big shooters will turn the tide of the early game engagements. Orks making sure they're spending every scintilla of their money at the moment. Wonderful to see. Necron Lord. Now, in theory, Necron Lord should be the maker or breaker of this matchup. I assume he's going to go for his usual Solar Pulse, Flattery, phase shifting thing. Can't see any reason why he would go for anything different. And it's now impossible, really, to kill a good Necron Lord. He teleports in, beats people up, phase shifts for a while, sticks around, smells the roses before jumping back again. Very difficult to take one down, but if they can take him down, it'll be a major boon for the Orks. Necron Warriors yet to get their disruption field, so they're looking to just chase after these guys as best they can. One thing about Necrons as well is that they don't take any negative effects from negative cover, so actually they can fight along in the river all day long. Oh dear, Necron Lord's gone down. Just when I've been singing the praises, highlighting the importance, really the caster curse, ending that Necron Lord there. One Slugger Boy left. Oh, he's got a friend now, that's fine. But no decapping for you with that obelisk. Glowing a baleful green. At the moment, the Necrons are very much in the Orc side of things. Not putting too much pressure on the listing posts. But if the Necrons are down here, then that means the Orcs aren't up here. Which is a win for the Necrons, in my honest, humble opinion. All guns will be placed on the front lines. They do have some guns on top of them, so that's more defensive stuff. Also an upgraded listing post as well. And going straight for that Every Boy armor research. And going for the Knob Leaders first before the big shooters, actually. Knobs, more morale. Quite good in close combat. Powerful pistols. Much the same effect as the big mech, really. So not bad. And there we go. They're also going to go for those big shooters as well. Necron's just going to walk back home. Tier 2 has finished for them. Necron Lord going to be rebuilt, and a Great Summoning Core will be online for them as well. And that is 3 Shooter Boy squads. So that's a lot of firepower. So they're going to need something. I'm surprised we haven't seen any flayed ones, unless of course he's just going to wait for this Great Summoning Core to be finished and then go straight into destroyers. It's not a terrible idea. Not a terrible idea at all. Also looking for that Forbidden Archive as well. I can't imagine any universe where a solar pulse wouldn't be much needed. Yeah, currently still unupgraded Necron Warriors. Ah, there's the flayed ones. Around the back sides. Necron Lord now getting back into it. Necron Warriors teleport back up. Leaving these guys a little bit out of it. Flayed ones will have to stay online. Oh, no, never mind. They already had their teleport thing saved up. Fair enough. Necron's just going to get out of there because you like, and I do call out the placement for the Forbidden Archive. Once all the research things have been done inside of there, you can basically just either delete it or just put it in the way of things. Not really that much of a critical structure if you lose it once you've gone and got all your bits and bobs. Now going for blastier research, more choppier research, custom gadgets as well, so we're anticipating those destroyers. There we go. There they are. The Orks will struggle against it. Although one on its own won't be a game-changing element, but it's at least making sure that the Orks are staying away. Necrons are just basically trying to keep the Orks at bay for as long as possible until they get all their good stuff online. Pariahs will be decent. Tomb Spider as well, just to recycle some of the fallen Necrons. Not a bad shout neither. The Orks, I assume that, yep, going over for a mech shop. And war trucks are war tracks. I assume war trucks just to ferry these guys along. Also, if any flayed ones get teleported around the flanks of them, they will be able to reposition a lot better. Destroyer sniping away. Necron Lord killing one dude. Also going for the double kill by the looks of things. Suppose that's the thing with Orks, going to make sure that they're proper dead. Many a time in the fictions have Orks been thought to be dead, and they just come back for more. Even an Orc that's been decapitated, still a deadly combatant. For a little while at the very least. Disruption fields have finished for the Necron Warriors, evening out the playing field for ranged engagements here. So maybe a squad of Storm Boys for distractions might be on the cards, but can't imagine it at the moment. War Truck is coming out to play. And are the Necrons just going to politely ignore that War Truck and continue going for anti-infantry stuff? Or they're going to get a cheeky Immortal squad. They pop down a Ghost turret in a very unusual place. It will be just within range of the listing post there. Me thinking. Double tank busters, but lovely use of the phase shift to make sure that this destroyer doesn't take any damage while shuffling away. Oh, it's going to be going up on the rafters here, shooting on down. Also, lovely spread of these shooter boys as well. Sometimes, we saw earlier when they were down on this side here, that when they're all clumped together, the flayed ones were able to jump on top of them and basically tie them all up. But this kind of positioning, even with that John Cena beam coming down, they basically stopped one squad from shooting, but not the other two. So not bad. Not bad positioning at all. Also, the flanking tank busters. Destroyer sent to the Shadow Realm. The Necron Warriors now moving in the centre, and this War Banner will be taken down. So back into Tier 1 for those Orks. Be a real pain in the backside. And although that the Necron Warriors aren't exactly anti-vehicle, get enough from firing, and they will be able to take down a war truck fairly nicely. A war track now on the way. And I reckon a bomb chucker, this massive infantry, won't go down too well from the perspective of the Necrons. Full of scavs. Out of position and shot down. Necron Lord keeping on top of whatever squads they can. Still got the flayed ones in the... I do believe you still got the flayed ones in here. No, you don't. Where did you... Oh, you're sat over here. Not sure why you're not being teleported in. Squad of flayed ones here would be absolutely amazing. Keeping these guys on the go. These guys have been prevented from firing. Maybe a little bit forward just to prevent these war banners from also getting involved as well, but that's fine. And they've done some damage. They've taken down the mech shop. And they've gone back home. They also killed this listing post as well. Necrolord just going to stay inside the base just to be a nuisance. Current economy's been 91% and a 100 compared to 119 and 50. Always hard to compare and contrast economies between Necrons and other forces. 91% build speed, that's quite a doozy. Orks definitely want to get on these obelisks just to prevent the Necrons from being able to build up their fighting forces with as much swiftness. The war track, but right in the firing lines of the Immortals, and just narrowly surviving by using that go faster ability. Necron still alive. And the Immortals will help him take down that listing post. Swift as you possibly can. Got some Grots over here. And some Orks being a nuisance. Immortals taking out the war truck there. And a Tomb Spider over here. Got that particle whip. Oh no, it's a particle projector. Never mind me. But not all the Necrons are able to teleport back home. We did just see the Necron Warriors just use their teleportation ability. It's unlikely that we'll see them go back home. It's going to continue pushing down. They've now got their... Is that disruption field level 2? Can't quite tell. Looks potentially like it though. Either way, these shooter boys, they well overstayed their welcome. Really get much done. As I mean, they've got one plasma generator down from the looks of things. Did you? No, you didn't. Still got 100 economy. So it didn't really make much of a difference. Losing all that stuff. But if you're wondering why I'm watching from the perspective of the Orks, it's because of the infiltrated units. I'm not showing any favouritism here. I want to know where those tank busters are. Necron Lord continuing his reign of terror. Nice to take on the listening post. We'll continue with a pile of guns. Once that's down, no more weapon upgrades for these guys. Tomb Spider rebuilding Necron Warriors as he goes about the business. Double tank busters, no infiltration detection neither. And a big zap coming from the big mech there. He's going to be staying there for a while. All the tank busters have been blinded by the John Cena beam. Like I say, war truck able to reposition very nicely. Nice save from the Necron Lord there. Phase shifting away, keeping that Tomb Spider immortal for a little while. No other Necrons to really assist in this. Tomb Spider's now gone down. These Necron Warriors are going to be walking all the way back home under fire from this war truck. And bits and bobs have been shot down. Or shot down even. Pardon my French. This first been built over here, but will be sorted out, unless, of course, the Grots are able to keep it online. Just narrowly, almost. Yep, Necron Warriors thought they were going to kill it in a drive-by, but not quite. There we go, turn around, finish it off. That's how we do it. Inside the base, another Tomb Spider has been brought forth. And the big mech, without that tank buster support, will struggle against that Tomb Spider. Obelisk shot down, more decaps on the way. And are the Necrons at their... Yeah, they're at their maximum amount of population. They need a couple more obelisks if they want to expand their army. Big mech looking a little bit alone in the world at the moment. Necrons over here. Only one left in this squad. Just trying to reinforce with help. There we go. Survived by a friend, but no immortals on this side. So difficulty in taking out these lads. We'll just fall back, giving up the control of the strategic point for now while the immortals attempt to go for a flanking maneuver, but they have been spotted by some more war trucks and war tracks. I do quite like the vehicle composition for Master Yoba here. These things are quite cheap, but they are nimble, able to knock around the Necrons, allowing some space for those big shooters. But I'm running on assumption, yeah, you are finished tier 3, so it's going to be the flash gates and a fighter bomber, which will do quite nicely. Huge AoE damage. It's not so much the damage, it's just that it knocks everyone around. As I said before, people that are lying down don't fire the guns, which is always a benefit. Necron Lord leading the charge in. Fighter bombers enter the battlefield. Got to keep away from those immortals though. Huge explosion towards them. Knocks them down. Here come the flash gates. War boss joining their ranks. He's got a mean shooter on him, and if the Necron Lord also jumps on top of him, well, it's not going to be winning that engagement anytime soon. That being said though, every time the Necrons do tech up, the Necron Lord does gain more health. It's not a bad thing. Necrons seeming to be struggling here. The unit composition a bit more mono than the diverse nature of the Orks. They've got shooter boys, they've got flash gates, fighter bombers, vehicles, all that stuff. Necrons are in tier 3. Engine core is about to finish. And a deceiver would be amazing in the situation. If they could convert some of the Orks onto their side of the battle for a little bit, it'll definitely be a battle changer. Might not win them the war. We'll hold them off all the same. Could have done with saving that solar pulse for a bit more of a significant engagement. Wait for these flash gets to be really committed to the fight before using it. Oh, Necron Lord teleports away just in the nick of time. 60 health spare. They're going to chase after him. And a phase shift just in the nick of time again. Good lord. Bloody monster playing it close to heal there.
5 minutes until
Energy core has finished, but no research on the way. It is quite expensive. It's about, is it 750? Oh no, just going to go for a Storm Monolith instead, which is definitely more ideal. Be careful of those tank busters, but with all those Billa Scabs around, infiltration will be quite hard to maintain from the perspective of the Orks. Can't mess around with that Restore Monolith when it's properly supported. Remarkably good. Although now only a couple of obelisks, so that infantry cap is going to be very small. They've got some vehicle cap left over, so may as well go for that as well. Double fighter bombers. Don't normally see two of them, but here we are. Necrons falling foul very quickly. But here comes the Restore Monolith, and it's right in the middle. And with its array of guns, it can fire in every which direction. Best place for a Necron Monolith is in the thick of it. Huge explosion over on this side. And what looks like the Orks poised for the killing blow has been hemmed off by this monolith for a little while. Gotta be careful with this war truck in the back lines there, as he will be a nuisance towards those plasma generators. Doom Spider continuously looking for more corpses. And the Storm Monolith being a bit brave here. Decided to play the aggression, and I suppose that makes sense really. They know they're a bit behind due to the lack of obelisks. And the unit composition, maybe like I say, is a bit flat at the moment. So they need to do the damage, and they need to do it as quickly as they can, just to gain some parity with the Orks. Also, that taking old victory is on countdown at the moment. Less than 3 minutes for them to get back into it. Tank Buster will fall back away from the Solar Pulse. More truck has gone down there. Storm Monolith can't really keep up with the changing battle lines here. Also been stuck on the back of the Tomb Spider as well, which is never ideal. More truck been left on the back lines here. And is it actually going to kill a plasma generator when it's been repaired by the Hill of Scarabs? But then these guys come in. Flayed ones. Going to try and stop them from doing their stuff. Constant Necron Warriors been brought online. And can you actually go over your squad cap with your Tomb Spiders building Necron Warriors? I think you can. Not entirely sure. More Bill Scarabs, another Necron Lord. We're not seeing any more building vehicles even, which I think would do them a fairly good job. Even if you get a couple of heavy destroyers and send them over into the Ork base. Then again, I suppose because I've only got one production building, every time they build one thing for me, it does delay everything else. Tricky situation for the Necrons. Blade one's making their slow way over. Tomb Spider been shot down. And Monolith, are you committing to this engagement? You are. Big Mech might potentially be able to teleport away. In fact, gets him with a big zap. Necron Monolith offline for a little while. There are plenty of Necron Warriors moseying on down. Fire Bomber disrupting their formations there. Well, when they hit. We've got this one rocket going off on its own mission, haven't we?
1 minute.
We've got Necron Warrior, Necron Monolith back online. We're only 1 minute until Master Yoba's won this. Can the Necrons get a Bill of Scarab squad out to rebuild stuff? We've only got 2 Scarabs at the moment. Saw a burner bomb being placed there by Big Mech. Shouldn't have missed that. A little bit of damage, but not a huge amount. Slugger Boy's been sent in, I assume. Have you? Oh, you've got the scrug off. I get to see a screw off normally. Yeah, I can't see what the Necrons would have to decap this and this one over here, and there's no chance of that happening. So I suppose just a Hail Mary. So Orks now closing, getting a good surround on the Necron Warriors here. Screwed off. And charging on in. And that's it. Taking all victory for Master Yoba. What an excellent game. The Necrons were doing a really good job being able to keep the Orks back and all that stuff, while also maintaining a really strong economy all the way through that game. It was a really shame that we didn't see that essence of the Catan gods earlier on that might have actually have helped in those other engagements when that Necron Monolith first came out. But by that point, the Orks really were snowballing. I mean, we saw the looted tanks coming out. We saw that screwed off towards the end of the game. So even if they survived that taking old victory, it would have been a very difficult situation for them. Might have been an idea in the early game to get some Wraiths out. Now, the Wraiths would be able to have tied up those shooter boys a lot more efficiently than, say, the flayed ones. Also be able to get those decaps in while not putting your builder scabs at risk. I can see why I did it. Trying to mass up those Necron Warriors. Get that, what's it called, the bloody green glowy thing on them. The disruption fields to go toe-to-toe with them. So, yeah, it was just a case of, yeah, that's just how it went down, wasn't it? So anyway, cheers for watching at home. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week. And there is also a Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. Mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never short. And I will see you in a bit. Peace.